Drivers have something to be cheerful about this holiday season. Gas costs are guzzling less and less of your money. Prices have been tumbling and are at their lowest level in a year, according to the latest Bloomberg survey. But some experts are warning the good times could soon be coming to an end. Joining me with more on what to expect in the new year, Oscar Carboni, OMNI Trading Academy President and Chief Analyst. Oscar, welcome back to Melissa's program. I'm filling in for her, so I'm going to challenge you here. I think it was about 6 months ago we were screaming $5 gasoline, and it never happened. So what do you think? Are gas prices going to keep going down, or I think you believe gas prices are going up?
Well, there are two schools of thought. First, let me say gasoline prices have been cheap lately, over the past few weeks especially. You know, we've had a huge buildup in stocks, gasoline stocks, and, you know, so we've had the price of gas come down a little bit. But what you will find is that I'm a very technical trader, and the charts tell us seasonally that the crude oil, or I should say gasoline in this case, will rally between November and May every year. Last year, for instance, during 2012, we rallied from November to March up to 344 in the gasoline. But in 2011, we went up to 348. So right now, we're standing at about 280. It could easily rally to somewhere around 340 over the next 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, Shirley, you must be kidding, and I promise I won't call you Shirley. But let me challenge you on the charts. We're not seeing that rally right now. And there are some things that are indicating economically that this could be bad news going into 2013. No motivation to push gas prices or oil prices higher.
Well, I will say if you want to look at down the road, I'm a bearish person when it comes to gasoline and oil and natural gas because of how much we have in this country and how much we've just found recently, plus shale. But that's longer term. The shorter term, you absolutely have a seasonal tendency to rally this time of year. It seems that it has started already, and I always go with the technicals because they seem to know where the market's going to go much before the street finds out. Use your charts, and you will see that there's a seasonal tendency to spike this time of year leading into March.
All right, so are we seeing, what kind of fluctuations will we see? I know it depends on where you, I think the most expensive gasoline is actually in the Chicago area, but what kind of fluctuations will we see? And maybe if you know region by region, who's going to get hit the worst, who's going to suffer the least?
Well, I would say that you first look at the gasoline market itself, where we buy it on the open market. That, I believe, trades between $2.50 and $3.50 for the most of 2013. Now, if you want to see what that equates to at the pump, you can easily add, from what I've seen on the West Coast, you can add 20 to 30 cents to that. And if you want to look at the East Coast, you can add a little bit more. They're more expensive there. I just came back from the East Coast and was paying 60 cents more a gallon when I filled up my car.
So what's contributing?
So I would think the West Coast would be cheaper.
Well, you talked about the surplus of gasoline. I think it was 2.2 million barrels in stock of gasoline just from the latest EIA report. But what would drive the price of oil up? Would it be more problems in Syria? We're going to be talking about that in just a minute. Would it be something else? Would it be Chinese demand? Would it be the Palestinian-Israeli conflict? What's going to be the black swan event for oil?
You know, I think that we're starting to become numb to what's happening in the Middle East. Of course, until Iran rattles its saber about closing down the straits. When it's not Iran, it seems that the U.S. is becoming numb to the news that comes out of the Middle East. So I don't know that the Middle East itself, all by itself, will get the rally going. You will have demand coming this year. Remember that we had Hurricane Sandy right around a busy driving season wipe out so many people. They couldn't even get in their cars and drive if their cars still worked. So the whole northeast coast, if you ask me, really took down a lot of the gasoline usage, which should start to pick up come the new year. So I'm expecting that prices will move to their seasonal tendencies on the upside for the beginning of the new year and then back down. The other thing that you've had is, if you're a technical trader, was a huge head and shoulders bearish formation in the crude market. Now, gasoline, of course, is a byproduct of crude. The crude came down from the head and shoulders formation and took the price of gasoline with it. As it's a byproduct of the main crude, the main product, you would expect those prices to drop if crude dropped, which crude did do over the past couple of months.
You know, Oscar, you talk about head and shoulders. I'm a Neutrogena guy, but if I'm hearing you correctly, I'm making a joke about shampoo there. If I'm hearing you correctly, and there are people who might want to play this game, I think it's a dangerous game to play commodities, but if you don't know what you're doing, you have to be someone like you. But if they want to, get in now, but get out by March, because that's when you would see prices start to come down. That's what you're saying?
Absolutely agree with that situation and scenario.
Sir, we appreciate your being here. And for you drivers out there, let's hope the price of gas doesn't get out of line. Oscar, have a great evening. It's time for today's Fuel Gauge Report, where we break down the biggest headlines affecting the energy industry. Natural gas futures broke a two-day losing streak, a brutal blizzard slamming the Midwest and Northeast. It's raising the outlook for natural gas demand. Forecasters say cold temperatures will likely linger for the next 10 days. United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabian officials say they have arrested members of a sophisticated terror cell. The group reportedly acquired equipment and materials to conduct attacks across the Persian Gulf. Kurdistan.
Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.